The Fort Wayne Mad Ants are down in Florida for the G League season right now, and I recently caught up with star guard Naz Mitrou-Long ahead of tomorrow's game against the Long Island Nets. Last night, you had a DNP, a very close game, a 106-103 loss to the Erie Bayhawks, and I was curious why you didn't play because I know you had a right ankle sprain previously. I hope that's not re-aggravated itself.
No, it's not that at all. I had a right ankle sprain. I want to say maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And we've been past that. That hasn't given me no issues. I actually just bumped knees off of a screen in the OKC Blue game, I believe 3 games back. And it was something that's been aggravating me for the past couple games, but I was just playing through it, working with the trainers and so forth to get it right. But for what it is, after figuring out through the ultrasound and whatnot, it's just a bone bruise. And with things like that, it's rest that's necessary. And we felt like yesterday was the time to get that.
Do you feel like you're going to be able to play in tomorrow night's game?
Yeah, that's the plan, man. That's the plan. It's a day by day thing with this situation, and that's something that the trainers here will attest to. And I'm going into tomorrow with the mindset of playing, and I'm just attacking today with doing all I can to make sure that's possible.
Tell me about what it's like there in the bubble. We got to see a little bit of it when the NBA was there for their season. What has it been like for you guys, and how difficult has it been for you to, I guess, really just kind of live a little bit of a normal life while you're down there?
To be honest, this is kind of like my second go around, in a sense where I was in the last bubble with the Pacers, and it's very similar, man. There's not really any differences. The food's great. The hospitality's been just as great. The only thing is, I would say it's a little bit more of a confined space, given there's 18 teams. So it's kind of the same route that you're taking each day. With that being said, man, Disney did a great job. The NBA has done such a great job to make us feel comfortable. And me personally, man, I'm a homebody. I don't need much to make myself good. I got my gaming system. I got my shows I'm watching, some good food. That's all I need.
So what are the shows that you're watching? Give me a couple suggestions.
Right now, I'm actually, and I'm backdated, man. I'm late to the party, but Power is a show that I'm just literally binging right now. I got about a couple more episodes to go. This show's nuts. Snowfall is one I'm gonna get into. I just started it today. But those are the two main ones, man. Entourage is an all-time favorite for me too. I really like that one.
Yeah, that's right at the top of the list for me as well. What else do you get into outside of basketball? Do you have any other extracurricular activities that you really enjoy doing?
To be completely honest, man, I'm a basketball junkie, man. I love watching the game. All my friends that I've made throughout my life pretty much are surrounded by the game. So if I'm not doing that, man, I mean, I'll play the game. I'll play Modern Warfare. I haven't been on it too tough lately, but if not that, I'm just FaceTiming my family back at home.
Yeah, well, you're almost at the home stretch here, and you'll be able to see them again soon. I wanted to ask you too: are you a little bit of a jokester? Because I saw something about you did a wallpaper of Assistant General Manager Chris Taylor, and he got quite a kick out of it. You were the mastermind behind that, correct?
Man, I'm not the biggest jokester. I mean, some people would say I'm funny, some people would say I'm corny, but I'm kind of the guy who just likes to laugh at jokes. I was behind that deal, but CT, man, he's very photogenic, man. I just had to give credit where credit's due. I know, he holds it down when he's in front of the camera, so I thought it would be a good thing to just throw it there.
Yeah, well, it was funny, and it was a really clever thing to do. I want to ask you too, because I do follow you on Twitter. You can follow this man at Nazi JML, and you're doing, I guess, your version of Steph Curry's shot, from half court over the shoulder. Is that something that you do on the regular, or are you just kind of having a little fun just that day?
To be honest, I like to shoot the half court shots, the full court shots whenever I'm in the gym by myself, and guys were kind of just shooting the half court shot, and I mean I had my shoes off and everything, and like I don't know what it was, something was just like I feel like I'm just gonna cash this one out if I just try it one time, and that was literally the first shot. I just lined it up with the basket on the other end, and I knocked it down. But I don't know, man. That might be good fortune. I might just have to start doing things like that a little bit more.
Yeah, there you go. Well, clearly, I'm sure we get a lot of traction on social media as well. I'd like to get your thoughts just on the Mad Ants organization, and just tell me, what it's like to be in this organization. Because clearly, you guys have a lot of talent around you and a lot of good people. Just tell me how it's been for you thus far.
It's been great, man. Great group of guys. It's easy to support and work hard for people when they're as genuine as the ones that are around me, man. My teammates have been awesome, but I think that just trickles down from the top of the Pacers organization as a whole. With that being said, man, this group, I think our record doesn't do us due diligence in the sense where, Amita Brima has been a big deal since he's been back. We've won, I think we're 2-2 since he's been back, if I'm not mistaken. Every game we've lost has been under 6 points. And I really think we have a group that's just, we've found ways to mesh with each other. At the beginning, we were kind of scrambling things up. Well, that's what happens when you have a new coaching staff and you have a bunch of players who are just playing with each other for the first time. So it's been awesome to this point. We got 6 more games, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm excited for what's to come. I think we still have it in us to make a push to make the playoffs. So that's the plan.
Prior to this most recent loss to Erie, who is in first place, you guys had two back-to-back double overtime wins. How crucial was that for you guys to kind of bond together and gel as a team to really go into deep waters like that and eke out some wins?
It's big in any basketball scenario or any sports situation. When you're in the most hostile environments, that's when you're going to learn the most. And I think that was great for our team to just show resilience and end up coming out of both of those double OTs with W's. Ultimately, above all, we know that this is a development league, and to do that for some of our young guys and Jalen, Brian, Cassius, to put them through that and see what it takes to be so precise in only a 2-minute overtime is what it's all about, man. So to get those two was great. To get the one yesterday would have been just the cherry on top per se for where we're at, given it's the first place team. But I think we showed what we can do. I mean, I wasn't out there. I don't think we had our best night as far as shooting the ball went, and we only lost by 3, man. So I think it goes to show what this group's capable of.
I'd like to get your thoughts just on how satisfied you are right now with your basketball journey and where you're at. Obviously, you start at Iowa State. You played for the Jazz. You're in the Pacers organization now. I know the goal has to be to play, in the league, whether it's the Pacers or another organization. How do you feel you've adjusted now as a professional from college?
The game's just so much slower to me now. I don't get nervous when I'm in certain situations. I feel like I see things a step ahead. I'm not one to sit here and boast, but that's just kind of what it is and what happens with experience, man. It's the best teacher. So I think last year was a showing of that going into the Brooklyn game. My season got ended due to unfortunate circumstances in my Bell's palsy and ankle, but I think that was really a splitting image of the work that I've put in and the experience that I've gone through. And now I just think I'm ready. I believe I'm ready, and if the opportunity comes knocking, I'll be able to show that. With that being said, I'm just staying the course, man. Staying the course where my feet are, doing my work. I just got done watching film, so yeah, man, I feel great about where I'm at and who I am.
Is there one aspect of your game where you feel like maybe the execs and the people that are the scouts in the NBA want you to tighten up or improve a little bit for you to get that call?
Yeah, I'm sure. With the 30 teams, there's some odd hundreds of people that have their own opinions on certain things, and I mean, I'm one who's just going to critique my game for what it is, and I know that I can continuously improve in every area. I don't want to sit here and say there's one particular thing because I don't know the answer to that. There might be one thing that one team thinks I do great, and I need to improve here, and another thinks the complete opposite. So like I said, man, I know I need to get better continuously, and I know that as humans and players, we can always do that. So that's just my goal.
Give me an example of one player that's in the NBA now or in the past that you feel like your game is similar to.
One person that I've always kind of said, and I know it's going to be kind of cliche because he's Canadian, but is Corey Joseph. I've grown up watching him. I've always obviously the Kobe Bryants of the world, the Steph Currys, the Kyrie Irvings, and so forth. The stars. Obviously, I've watched them, but in regards to my game, I just think there's a lot of similarities in regards to Corey Joseph. He's savvy. He's not one who's just going to break you down with a ton of dribble moves like Kyrie Irving. He's going to take the right shots and so forth, and he's just going to get in where he fits in, and that's what I think I am.
Okay, I like that. I like that example. There's been a lot of GOAT talk lately, man. With LeBron James doing his thing, and obviously, Michael Jordan being kind of like the GOAT for many many years. When you think about that topic, like who comes to mind for you? And I want to get your take on, who would be on your Mount Rushmore of all time basketball players.
Ooh, Mount Rushmore. Ah, well, first and foremost, the late and great, rest in paradise. Kobe Bryant was my favorite player growing up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. His mentality, just who he was, everything he stood for is what kind of I embodied as far as going into the gym. So I just got to say that he's automatically on my Mount Rushmore. As far as GOAT talk, I think if LeBron wins a couple more, maybe one more, then we'll just have to look at the resumes between him and Jordan. With that being said, I would put LeBron and Jordan up there. This isn't a order. And then, well, four people, right? Four people
Yeah.
on Mount. I'm
Four.
tripping. I personally love Magic Johnson just because he loved to pass the ball. But sheesh, I mean, I'm gonna just go ahead and say Magic. But with that being said, 1A, 1B, 1A, 1B, both slotted. I would say Magic and Larry, just because I think Larry was just like on his own level. You know what I mean? Like way ahead of the game. 6'9", could pass the ball, could shoot the ball, could go left, right, just ambidextrous, just a legend in his own way. So I would say 1A, 1B, Magic and Larry.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of those guys. So however you want to put it, that's as good as it gets. When you look at the NBA right now, and obviously you got the defending champion Lakers. My personal opinion, I think the Brooklyn Nets are gonna win the chip this year. Who do you think is gonna win it? Like if you had to place a bet right now, who would you lean towards?
Um, Man, it's tough. I think you can't argue with Brooklyn coming out of the East. I think you can't argue that with a full Lakers roster that they wouldn't be capable of winning either. Um, but man, I mean, I'm within the Indiana organization, so I don't want to go ahead and put my chips on one person or one team because I really, really like what Indiana has with a full healthy roster. You add in Karras and you add in TJ. We really don't know what that roster, what the team will look like when they all come together. That's actually super scary to me, and I wholeheartedly believe that. Um, right now, Brooklyn looks insane, Utah looks insane, and the Lakers. So I would say it could be any of those three.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Let's talk about this game tomorrow night. 3:30 Eastern time versus the Long Island Nets. What are the keys to victory for you guys to get the W?
Just to, last game we didn't get a whole bunch of transition points, and I think that's where we lacked. I think we just have to stay disciplined in our pillars as far as defense goes, and that's coming from the top and what they believe in. And I think if we just continue to move the ball, man, like I said, we've been playing great basketball. Yesterday we had a very cold streak in shooting, but I mean we play the way we've been playing, and we stay true to Mad Ants basketball. I think we can beat any team in this bubble.
You don't have a minutes restriction, do you? Do you expect to play as much as possible tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah. I don't have a minutes restriction. It really just came down to rest. It's not like I'm in a ton of pain. There definitely was some issues in my knee and some swelling that I felt. But it was a rest thing, and I don't think I'll be on any minutes restrictions.
It's great to hear. Well, listen, Naz, I really appreciate the time. Before I let you go, tell people where they can find you on social media.
On social media, like you said earlier, on Twitter, NazzyJML, if that I can't remember if that's it. On Instagram, Nazareth Mitrou-Long.
Okay.
Super long. I don't know if you want me to spell that out, but it's that on Instagram. And then yeah, those are the social media platforms you can find me on, man.
Very good. Well, listen, I appreciate the time. Hopefully we can talk again at some point down the line.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.